As we step into this abandoned house in Belgium, we uncover a story frozen in time. A tale of a family that once thrived there, but whose lives were marked by both love and loss. The house became abandoned around the turn of 2013 and 2014, leaving behind a hauntingly beautiful time capsule. This home once belonged to a Belgian couple who were blessed with numerous children. But tragedy struck when their son James passed away at the age of just 18 years old, casting a deep shadow over their lives. The loss of James adds a sorrowful layer to our exploration, as we wander through the remnants of a family that once was. Surrounded by sprawling grounds, it's clear this family had a passion for horses. Evidence of horse sports and livestock can still be seen, a testament to the life they once lived. Inside, the home feels more modern than the older places we often explore, yet signs of decay are undeniable. Join us now as we step into this enigmatic place, where the past lingers in every room. And enjoy watching another episode from our archive, dating back to 2022.
Welcome back everybody on a brand new video, and today we're in Belgium. We're in this house and in this room, and if I look around me I see cobwebs everywhere.
Yeah, literally everywhere. And Morel Merino house, it's almost like complete farm over here.
Yeah, there is indeed a lot of ground surrounding the property. There's even still an outside pool, so definitely make sure to stick around till the very end of the video, because we're gonna do a whole tour also through the outside of this place and a little bit about the history.
Yeah, well, the information we found so far is that the house once belonged to the family Steven Link, and the last date we found was 2011. So abandoned for approximately 11 years, but maybe we'll find a newer date.
Throughout the time, nature has definitely taken its course, that's one thing for sure. And without further ado, I'm excited to guide you around through this place today together with Raymond, so yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Well, coming in at the front entrance, and honestly, yeah, as you can tell, I can't push or pull this door, otherwise
it will just fall down.
Yep.
On the ground. And actually immediately to start with, Raymond told you it's not only this property. We're currently in this building over here, but there is whole more to this place. We can even still see the car parked over here. There is another building over here. There is a little pool here.
Yeah, we will find that one, of course.
Dang, but look to the walls over here. Everything is just slowly disintegrating and just falling apart.
Yep.
It's crazy to see this decay. All the wood is rotten. All the elements, water, rain, everything can just come inside.
And it's just an open door as well. That's quite strange. Over here, we have some newspapers actually from the 2014.
2014,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is a well-known supermarket.
We're actually currently in the hallway, as you can see. You still have a grandfather clock over there. It's quite unique how they built this with the banister over here, I
Yeah,
must
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. And just imagination that this was the upstairs part, so it isn't like a very high up building, right? It's
Two
no.
floors only.
Yeah, 2 floors only.
It looked bigger on the picture, I must say.
Yeah. What is this?
I think it's a helmet for like a bike or something. There's even still a spider alive crawling on it.
Yeah. Luckily I'm wearing gloves, man. And who do you think this was? Family relative? Maybe their son?
Yeah, maybe. I think their son, and that they were proud of their son, and he just had his place over here on the wall.
Yeah.
Because over here we can see him too.
Yep.
There are some more pictures underneath it.
Oh. Oh. Well. Yeah.
I believe he passed away.
Yep, this was their son and he passed away at a very young age.
No way. That's sad. So those are his death notes.
Yep.
His,
And to be correct, yeah, he didn't even pass the age of 20 or well
my
30,
lord.
so he was still in his 20s.
was his name James, maybe? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
He didn't even pass his 20s, so he was 18 years old, maybe, because it says 18J over here.
Yeah, it says about.
Oh, and this is the father of the family over here.
Yep,
That's very sad.
that's him as well.
What's actually behind this door?
I think it's a toilet, honestly.
Well,
It was a toilet once.
toilet is gone. Only the sink is left. The toilet paper is still hanging there.
Why would you take the sink and everything else except the toilet paper?
Wow, over here is also the entire window smashed.
Oh yeah, I see. Well, then you can tell that DK comes inside, and of course, spiders also really love that.
What's in here? Oh, it's full of jackets and hats.
Well, it's actually a hunting gear.
Do you think they're hunting jackets?
Yeah. They are, man. Also here, the fur.
There's even one wicker hat with the Belgian flag over there.
Yep.
Well, then let's go into this direction, or we also have some pictures that we missed out over here. Oh, look at this. This looks like it's in America.
Yeah.
Happy 2006. Looks like the family. This looks like the child that actually
Yeah, James.
passed.
I really like this picture, man. Saw that one before, but just with the cigarette, just really gives me this
Nostalgic
yeah,
vibe.
nostalgic vibe, right?
And oh, if you look at this, we can see two ducks on a sofa in a room. And that's actually the room that's about to follow right now.
Yep.
There is a television standing. Well, then let's just go to that room. Oh, look here. A family picture. I believe this is the front door.
Yep, it is. And this is the father, grandmother, and the children.
Crazy. Well, let's walk inside that living room right now, because the television
It's still the same.
is also still standing there.
Like right over here on your left, Moreno. It's still the same one.
Crazy. Also all the CDs over here. So many movies.
Yeah. Small wooden house.
And look at all those pictures. They have all those little post-its on them.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to write names down on it about the shares, about which family member got what.
Well, what I actually noticed is that they all have different colors. So what you're saying might be very true, because they all have like different colors, all the post-it
So
notes.
I think each individual family member had their own color maybe. And
Exactly.
they were dividing the stuff.
Well, and then over here we have something that is very, very unique. I'm trying to translate it for you, but it's just the King of Belgium He wrote this for them. His handwriting is right down here, and he wrote this for this family, and it means that they are an effectively a part of a workings group. I don't know how to explain it actually in English, but it's more like they were involved in the conflict between the law of workers. I think that's a good
Labor?
explanation. Yeah. And they were, this is like, the king wrote this to them, that they are officially a part of it for their area where they are living. So the complete family. That means a lot if the king of Belgium writes that down for you. Don't know why that's alive over here. I would definitely take that.
Yeah. You can definitely tell where they were listening all the music with as well. Also a record player. Oh, look over here. With some lighters and even 2 old telephones.
The immortal Nokia phone.
Yeah, definitely immortal, still here.
Yeah. And this is a very cool one because look what it says. The meat.
The meat, fox hunting scenes.
So this is how the people used to meet each other, and they literally repainted it.
Beautiful. And now look at all those spider webs. It's insane.
What is this?
I think this used to be some kind of light. Yeah, this was definitely a light.
No.
Oh, it was a screen for projecting things.
Yep, and I can like completely roll it out, but due to all the vegetation I can't. But yeah, it is. It's quite unique.
It's actually crazy that vegetation from outside is just growing inside and is currently blocking the screen to fold out.
Yeah.
Surreal.
You know, it's really finding something to hold on to.
Well, this was clearly their living room, I think.
And of course, where the dogs were sitting. That was right over here.
It's crazy to see how times can change. Time
Yeah.
is so elusive.
Unfortunately, man, it's very sad to see that things like this happen.
I actually love this fireplace. It's beautiful, completely made out of marble. In the middle we have all those tiny kind of babies, symbols. Beautiful motif. Merry Christmas and a happy 2013. So we said indeed in the beginning 2011, but I think 2014, around the turn of 2014, this place got abandoned ever since.
Yep. These are the last dates we found so far.
Again, the same man over there in this picture.
Yep. I think that was the last occupant of this, inhabitant of this building. Yeah, look, Mo. This is interesting. What I'm saying. White, pink.
Yeah,
You see?
you can see them everywhere, those tags. Also on this little horse over here. Everywhere are those post-its. Is that a real gun?
Yeah, that's a real hunting rifle.
That's how you loaded it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was not loaded. I already saw it. I'm sorry. There's someone in the back very shocked right now.
Can again see some people over here on horses. A map from actually the Netherlands and Belgium together.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I just love this cabinet, man.
Wow.
Look. A box of cigars.
Oh yeah.
And it's...
You don't often find a cigar still inside the actual
No.
box. Inside the abandoned place.
It's five francs each. So it's not cheap ones as well. And then the Glenfiddich.
I like how you pronounce that, Glenfiddich.
Yeah, it's Glenfiddich, some Scotch whiskey.
There There is also a trophy for indoor karting.
So, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they just tried to, like, make a choice of everything that was still left in here. Here's some tobacco.
From Shack, yeah.
130 francs. Here, even what the in case of emergency, break glass.
There's a cigarette inside and a match.
And a torch, yeah.
Also some binoculars over here. It's sad that some of the poses are actually obscuring the pictures.
Yeah, I don't want to touch them, I'm sorry. What's this?
Also this large, enormous bottle of Heineken.
Yeah. Still full, man.
Is
Unbelievable.
it crazy. I've never seen such a huge bottle of Heineken.
I think if this was still like good, of course it couldn't be, but it would be worth some money, for sure. And all the artifacts are there. From wood, I want to be really careful. Yeah, this was the bookshelf.
Again, such a large bottle of beer over here. And what's all of this over here? I believe this is from vacations that they did. As you can see, Côte d'Azur in France, 1980.
Yeah, all pictures.
Those are all pictures.
Alright, let's open up one.
There we go. There's a boy. Oh, it looks like they are,
At the beach.
yeah, on a jet ski or something.
Yeah, they are.
On the water.
Like on a water slide behind the boat. Alright, let's take one other.
Definitely from a vacation that
Yep,
they did.
you were right, man. It's quite funny that I'm actually picking this one. Look,
Oh yeah.
they were in this thing.
So all those memories are just left behind there.
Yep.
Oh look, that's also again in front of the property and it's a very funny picture.
Look at the man in the back, yeah.
This is in front of the property.
Yep.
Those are the windows and the curtains and the other room that we're about to see. A man holding a photo camera over here.
And then actually look, the winner of a golf meeting.
Yeah. All those books.
Well,
But this is actually a French game. It's a very little version of it.
I don't know it actually.
What is this? There's some stuff inside.
And just all covered with books, informative books, National Geographics. What else? There's quite some French books actually.
You know what I find strange? So far of the family, I've seen the children, I've seen the father, but I've not seen a mother or
No,
something
no.
in the pictures.
No, we haven't. Maybe upstairs or in the other rooms.
Maybe.
I mean, let's have a look.
So we're back in the hallway.
Yep. And then let's enter our way into this room.
Wow,
And this was probably dining area.
beautiful. Definitely the dining room. With such a large table. I
Yep.
think they had quite some children.
Yeah, they did. Well, you saw it. There were like four children.
Wow, look at this. Again, we have all those post-its on them.
Yeah. And yeah, we can tell Moreno.
4 children. Sitting underneath the Christmas tree. They were also definitely religious.
Yeah, we've seen this very often, huh? This one.
It says, God sees me, man does not swear here. Yeah, you often see it in Belgium. Oh dang. Look over here on the ground, there's a huge wild boar head.
Yeah. That's quite,
Clearly hunters too.
yeah.
So many dead spiders over here.
Unbelievable, right? It's like covered. And also the decay in the corner, like,
Wow. Dang.
Stuff is coming down, man.
Very advanced. Very advanced. Oh, there is still a lot of paperwork in there.
Cool. This is for a funeral.
Maybe the funeral from their son, sadly enough.
No, no.
Oh no, it's from 2007.
Yeah, 2007. Well, that's actually the date when the son died. So. Yeah.
Must have been very tragic for the father, Mr. Stephen Link.
Yeah, it's quite sad to eventually
Lose your children.
lose your children, especially at a very young age. Because yeah, you're right. He was 18 years old. I thought it was around 30, but even 18.
Yeah. Well, here we actually have those windows where the picture was taken with
Yep.
the man
And the man was like
pulling the funny face.
right over here. Damn, it's really like traveling back
Oh,
in time.
dang. Actually, this all is missing its head. And that head is just laying here. Completely dusty, full of debris.
Yeah, full of debris and dust. Ugh.
You fixed it. You nailed it perfectly. Wow, look at this. That is one beautiful fireplace, also with all the tiles behind it.
Well,
The copper pans.
the copper pans, and look right over there, the golden ones.
Wow. It's beautiful. I love this fireplace.
Yeah, but it's not typical Belgian, right?
No, not really. It's almost like you're in a castle.
Well, where was all the Chinaware?
This was definitely the dining room because over there are all the plates and everything to make up the table.
Yep.
The ceiling right above us has completely collapsed and all this stuff is just littering over those items. Over there is another cabinet full of things. Look, there is even still a stuffed bird over there on the wall.
Perfectly convention.
And then from the dining room, we're actually going to continue away to the rest of the home. We're not going upstairs yet, but we still have some rooms on this side of the property. Oh, there's even this door over here.
Should it lead to a basement?
Yeah, it does. Damn, it's completely fluted.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not going there anymore.
Look how repulsive that looks.
Even still, all the food products are standing over there. Well, actually, going up those stairs over here, we have a beautiful bathroom. Very spacious one.
Yeah, it is.
There's even still an inflatable turtle in the bathtub.
What? Why?
No clue. Probably for one of the children.
Small note over there.
I find it strange that it's actually written in English.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were also in America. Maybe they had some American family.
Family,
And
relatives.
they visited there regularly. Oh dang, it's a lot of medicine.
Yeah, a lot of them actually. Well,
This is going to the upstairs, I think, right?
yeah, this is the upstairs part, so let's get down to the kitchen.
Don't you find it strange that the bathroom and the kitchen are so close to each other?
Yeah, they're like almost connected.
Imagine if you had a shower, you walked outside, you would instantly be in the kitchen where your mother was baking a pie or something.
Making some food over here.
Would still be something in there? Oh dang,
Everything, man.
everything is inside of there, yeah. This place is definitely a real time capsule.
Yeah. You can tell that some things they just don't want to take. Alright, fridge.
Please. It's empty. Well, there's still some passion fruit juice and some milk.
No, but it's not empty.
Oh, and there's still some food there. The smell's not too bad.
Well, for you maybe, but for me,
That's the freezer. Are you sure you want to check that?
Yeah, why not?
Can you open it?
I don't know.
Or is it nothing anymore?
Yeah. It's empty.
It's luckily empty. No rotten meat.
Yeah, will not be the first time then.
No, absolutely not. We found some very, very nasty fridges. Look at those tiles also, I love it. So playful and colorful too.
Yeah. The frying pan. Free. It says.
Wow, all their glasses.
And then just covered with cobwebs, huh?
Dang,
Yep, all of them.
everything is there. Does the water still run? Dang, there's still something coming out, surprisingly
Yeah.
enough. I wasn't expecting that. Yep.
Yep, it's still running. Up and running.
Did they leave a note here?
Yeah, but it's French. Alright, Marino, use your translate skills.
Yeah, well, it's actually saying something about I will leave a message. I'm away right now, but I cannot really decipher all the handwriting. A little bit unclear. Oh, dang. But look at this. We're entering the next area. Spiderwebs all above us. Look at this. Another beautiful room. A little bit dark in here.
Yeah, but what do you think it was? The room?
I don't know, maybe a room where the children used to play.
Well,
All the electricity, so that's definitely not so safe for the children. Just another room, what they exactly did there, I don't know, maybe they used to write a book.
yeah.
Read a book here. Little scooter.
So that's it.
When you're doing this, it actually reminds me of the Ghost Bus tunnel.
Yeah,
You also used to do it over there.
yeah, that was the very first video, man. Like the first video.
No cookies inside anymore.
No, absolutely not, Mo. Well,
A lot of
Suskin whiskey, I think.
comic books, puzzle books.
Yeah, it's Suskin and whiskey, man.
Oh yeah, there, Suskin Whiskey. 2005.
2005, yeah. Damn.
Even at this, it's completely decayed. It's a huge torch.
Yeah, huge one. One ignite.
Where? They might have been doing something with horse riding or horse sports too. Was actually behind this door. Oh look, a lot of games. So I was right, this was kind of a game room, I think. Where they did games with the family, would sit around the table. Yep. Okay, well, let's continue our way through here. We have typical checkered tiles over here that you often see in Belgium homes. This was an area where they used to do their laundry and everything. And we can even still see a lot of golf clubs from their sports.
Yep. They used to do some proper golf.
And the door in the back side is also just open.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dang, have you seen that? There's a huge bird hanging up here. Whoa. Looks like an eagle or something.
Yeah, it's very detailed, huh?
What is it doing here?
I have no clue, man.
That's strange.
Well,
Is this another basement? Yeah, it's another basement going down. tools. Is it also fluted?
Well, I think so. You were talking about children and they used to play over here. Well, this was the child room.
Whoa, I already see things of Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear.
There was a lot over here.
Oh yeah, so many toys left behind. A lot of toys. I almost never saw so many toys together, just
Left.
dumped.
Yeah, just dumped in a place.
Pokeball. Yeah, Raymond. Oh, there is a, what is that? Chameleon, I believe, right?
No, man, Charmander.
Or Charmander, yeah.
Charmander, bro. You need to know that. Come on. We used to play this game when we were younger.
Hey, should we play a game of this?
Oh, let's give it a shot. Okay, wait, yeah, your turn.
I feel bad about this one. You won, you won.
Nice, nice. It's always one in the middle, man. You gotta take the risk. Well, yeah, it's just a lot of toys dumped over here.
Even still a Star Wars poster over there.
Yeah. And also some Lego.
Sad is left behind and no child will ever enjoy it anymore or play
No.
with it.
Many children in this world who don't even have toys and
Where is just left to rot.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Before we go, have you actually seen the wallpaper?
Again, a lot of people on horses. So I think they definitely loved horses. Maybe they also had some cattle over here and some horses.
Yeah. And they had French relatives because I see like French things written over here, so definitely.
And then we're back in the main hallway with the door that's almost falling down over there. And it's time to go upstairs right now. Look at the beautiful colored glass windows in this door.
Yeah, it's quite unique.
All right, let's go upstairs.
All right. Well,
Just some sofas over here, some chairs. Over here is actually a bathroom. Quite strange how they built this. All right.
Moreno,
Yes.
I found something that you never found before.
What is it? It's the passport.
Yeah.
Crazy. It says also the first name of the man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put my finger over here. But yeah, it is. Yeah, well, no, I'm not gonna show you, but the person is definitely still alive, man.
That's crazy. It was a child, I believe, right?
Yeah, but why is it over here? I mean, he's still alive, man. He must be still alive.
When was it expired? Is it still valid?
2010.
It was expired in 2010. Okay.
The guy, I mean, honestly, this person is not like much older than us, so
Crazy.
yeah, it's quite crazy. I'm just gonna hide it on the sofa, but damn, this is a strange place, man. Have you seen the hookah in the
Oh,
corner?
there's there a hookah on the ground, so I didn't even see it. Oh yeah, hookah there.
Oh, and I see they have some PlayStation 2 games over here. But where is the PlayStation itself?
Definitely nostalgic to see those PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah, bro. And one other thing, it's pretty nostalgic. $4.98 for a
Only.
game. You already been there?
I went to the bar room, but I haven't seen this room over here yet. Looks like a storage room. Definitely a lot has been stored there.
Also a huge balcony, actually.
Yeah. A huge balcony over here.
Yeah, you can tell that stuff has been stored all over the place.
Oh, look at this. Got a very vintage typewriter. And next to it is a Polaroid, I believe. Wow.
Yep, the old Polaroid camera.
Maybe you have to press a button or something. Ding! Click. There is some storage behind there too, right?
Yeah, but you can have a look. There's not much left.
Nah, looks like just some wallpaper and everything. Yep. And right over here we have another room in the upstairs. And this was definitely a bedroom one day.
Yep.
Mattresses are gone. There are still some clothes.
A bra.
A bra. Oh dang, even more clothes over here.
Yeah. Was definitely also a woman's bedroom.
I find it crazy that the television is also just still chilling over there.
Yeah.
A watch.
Sapphire.
There's even another passport over here. James.
Ah, nah. That's not okay, man. It's a passport of a dead person.
Yeah. Well, some art over here. Actually, this eau de toilette is really good. I used to have it.
Which one?
From Coco Chanel, Home Sports. It's really good. And then over here we even have a walk-in closet, kind of. Whoa. Come have a look over here, Raymond. It's crazy. Look. All the belts still perfectly organized.
Bro. This man, huh?
All the socks. Underwear.
These are the type of places that you just find the most expensive things.
Wow.
Not a very humble person.
I love this antique vanity over here.
Look. I mean, we're not gonna do anything with it, but
5-cent coins.
not much value, but still.
This vanity is beautiful with a mirror. Very antique.
And detailed. Not well. Oh
No, let's just leave it.
Let's leave that.
Over here on the chair are some more pictures. This woman. Again,
Oh, look,
the
look,
4
look.
children.
It's yellow.
Oh
White,
yeah.
pink, yellow.
So that's actually from the other child that's still alive. 3 children are still alive.
And actually 4 boys, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Over here, we can see them with the father.
But Marino, it's the mother.
Yeah.
You haven't noticed the mother yet.
Well, there we go.
Oh.
And over here too.
Yep. And then this is a secret passage.
Secret passage, yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to the other room where we just came from.
exactly. So look over here then. I see some proper decay.
Another bedroom.
Yeah.
2 beds. Must have been from the children, I think.
Yep. And as you can tell, black mold over there.
Yeah.
Some proper decay over here. And what I just really like about this room is the setting. Coffee and a cigarette and the ashtray just right next to it.
Crazy, like they
Breakfast, yeah.
were served breakfast on bed or something.
Yeah, it looks like it, right? Then just smoke a cig inside of here.
I was actually wondering what's inside of here. wow.
A microscope.
A microscope, you don't often find that inside a suitcase like this.
No, not in the States. Definitely not in the States, man.
That's cool. I wasn't expecting that to be in there.
No, me neither.
Well, seems that we have another bedroom over here.
What is this?
Little Tygon.
Yeah, it's a toy one. Yeah, it was quite
Wow.
optical because this was says it's a book about automatic weapons. So I was like, really?
It's a beautiful children's bedroom. Definitely a younger child used to sleep here when it got abandoned. Don't you think so? It's still very childish inside.
Yeah,
Let's
it
look at
is.
the clothes. No clothes here. Here's some books. Oh look, for horse riding.
Yeah, the horse cap. Nice.
What is this?
Stage Paquise.
Looks like it's some kind of dancing or something.
Yeah.
So many items inside here. This room actually looks so modern.
Yeah, it does, huh? Looks very modern, man. All the toy guns over here. Child definitely liked war artifacts.
Yeah. Definitely like shooting.
Yeah.
What's in here? Oh, a sink. I wasn't expecting that.
They all had their own like sink and washing area. Don't you yeah.
Yep. Well, then let's check out the last rooms in this place. We again have some comic books over here.
Suske and Whiskey again.
Oh, look, there's another Thai gun over here.
Yeah.
Airsoft gun, it says.
Almost not a toy anymore.
That used to be an office, but again, the ceiling is just completely collapsing over here.
Everything just came down, man.
Oh, it's another bedroom actually. Right around the corner is another bed. That's a surprise.
It looks quite modern with the orange,
Yeah.
like everything is painted orange.
Yep. Looks all quite freshly painted. Some more clothes over here. We can again see an artifact over there that they liked horse riding. Oh look, I actually like this. This bag from Mickey and the Explorer from Disney. Traveling from east to west, from north to south. Passing the big blue oceans. That's cool. Explore this big globe. That's a good, very good saying. Oh, man, look at this. There is a telescope over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That's very cool.
So they're also definitely interested in astrology. The world map next to it. And like we've seen in the children's room, there are also all those wooden skeletons of dinosaurs.
Yeah, and look in the left corner.
Oh yeah. The skeleton of, I don't know, but a big animal.
Yep.
A globe over here. This is again the man.
No,
Or is it friends?
that's a friend. A shower?
A shower here?
Yeah.
Strange place for a shower again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Belgium homes, sometimes I don't understand them.
Sometimes they are rather puzzling indeed.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go to the last room.
Again, a single bed.
Yep.
It's approximately a former child.
Seal over here. Again, a shower.
Yep.
It's a quite strange room. And the neighbors can see us over here.
Yeah.
They're right in that house.
All right, man. And then let's go outside.
Yeah. Let's
Yep.
go outside and explore the surroundings. So, as you can see, Raymond is showing you how fragile this actual door is. Oh my lord.
It's not even a door anymore, man. Honestly, this is not even a door anymore. All right, guys. You want to know something funny?
Tell me.
The guy that is working outside.
It's actually right there.
Yeah, he's right there, man.
There is a gardener working outside.
But do you think we can go to the swimming pool or? Yeah.
Let's just peacefully explore the outside. Looks like they had poultry here, chicken. Yeah, definitely. Maybe also rabbits or something. I like the cobblestones over here.
Yeah.
Oh. Looks like we can enter.
Unfortunately, it's only the barn part. Which is just a barn.
Yep. It's not continuing anywhere. We still have bicycles standing there.
Lawnmower. Ugh. All right.
Well, this is the actual outside of the house that we just explored. And there is actually a bell on top of the roof. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And actually, there is another part, like another tiny house, I think. They just told us, and it's right over there.
Should we check it out?
Yeah, let's have a look, man.
Looks like it's a little garden house or something.
Here?
Well, no entrance.
Yep, all the excitement, but it's proper closed. All right, Mo, then let's go this way, I think.
Ah, look at this. We have an entire greenhouse over here. You can tell all the greenery has just been increasingly growing throughout all the years. And you check that door, but it's closed, right?
It's closed. Yeah, it's closed, man. All right.
Whoa. Well, it looks like they recently actually cut all the vegetation over here. But our friend was right. There's still an outdoor pool.
And a pretty big one as well.
Whoa. Look at this. Entire pool full of vegetation. Crazy. All right, we explored it all.
Yep, that was it. Unfortunately, the last parts were closed, but this
And it was also a little bit chaotic because there are two gardeners over there.
yeah,
They are actually cutting all the hedges, so we had to be a little bit careful. You never know if they still look after the place or not.
Or they may be the neighbors and they be like, hey, what are you doing over there at the property? But luckily it's just workers.
Well, in the end, a property with a little sad story, with losing the son at such a young age, only 18 years old.
Yeah,
But in the end, we hope the family still lived a joyful life in this beautiful property.
yep. It was a very nice place to explore and welcoming back in Belgium, let's say it like that, right? And
In the end, if you enjoyed it, Raymond will tell you what the drill is.
you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment right down below, ring the bell notification button, right up,
Right down next to
right
the subscribe
down
button.
next to the subscribe button, or if you're watching on mobile, then probably which one?
I don't know, this side I believe.
Probably this side, probably this side. And after all, we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out.